Good morning, everybody. Arend Sbirbanka here from Countryside Acres in beautiful Nizhny Novgorod. Beautiful sky this morning. There's quite the storm cell right there. She's been banging away for a while. Wish I could zoom out more, but I can't. Anyway, that's the beauty of living right here in this valley, as you can see for miles. It's pretty early in the morning here yet. I woke up, I heard it coming from way over there. You can see, I don't know how many miles that is, but it's a long way, all the way down. You can't always tell on camera. There's quite a drop here. This goes a long way down into the valley. You can see the slope just from the house here, and that continues on down. And then on the other side, it comes back up again. You can see a long, long ways. So I woke up this morning here and then banging away over there, and it's made its way here now. We got rain for a bit, nothing right now. Just a lot of banging. It's another awesome display of the greatness of God. It's just not measurable. You cannot fathom God, right? I mean, as the Bible rightly says, there is no beginning, there is no end. There is no way of measuring it. Just awesome. Man cannot create that. Man cannot replicate that. Man cannot duplicate it, match it. When God wants something done, he can just do it. And that's great. Oh, we're getting a few raindrops now. I'm gonna go hide back in my container, maybe drink another cup of coffee. When I see these awesome displays, one of the songs that always comes to mind, I believe it's from Chris Tomlin, I could be wrong, but it's How Great Is Our God. And yeah, it just plays in my head as I watch these storms roll through. It's amazing. Right. Just neat, very neat how it all works, and God ordained it all to work this way. It's just amazing. All right, good morning again. So yesterday I dropped Cora and Wes off here at the house, and I had to run back to town to get more stuff, and so they were working while I was gone, and I'm really impressed. Look at this. This is what teaching your kids and quality training can bring. This looks just, oh, amazing. Look how tight that is. You can hardly even tell there's vapor barrier on that. That's how it should be, folks. Now, any contractor who's put up vapor barrier should be proud of that job. That is phenomenal. I love it. Nothing worse than looking at it and it's all wrinkled up and messy. This is really, really good job. So we need to tape up our joints yet. They haven't got that far. Just getting the walls done so far. And then we're gonna move on to the ceilings next. Awesome job, guys. Very well done. Maladits, huh? Or Malodi. What's the other one? Let's I just realized I'm half naked. I'm sorry, guys, for the indecency. I will correct that right away. There, problem solved. I'm very sorry about that. I will try not to let it happen again. Alright, another cool thing I wanted to show you guys while I was gone. I was gone a lot longer than I intended to. I was going to pick up drywall in my van, and I was going to pick up a bunch of other stuff, which I did, screws and a few things I needed, hole saw. Went with my wife to get some stuff, and then I picked up the kids, and then we picked up some groceries, and then I came back here. So we were gone for quite a while, or I was gone for quite a while. Cora and Wes were here. So they started working upstairs. They got a lot of that vapor barrier on, and they set up a few of those beds that we picked up. They also built the door. So Wes is a very handy little fella, loves inventing things and designing things. I'm assuming he was going to make a hinge here too, but it didn't work out. So this is hinged on here. Just a screw, just a temporary door, because our basement door isn't here yet. But it works, that's all that matters. It opens, it closes. He built a latch. This latch can be opened from the outside or the inside. And it catches on this guy, this bolt that they stuck in the wall. Not sure what the bolt's stuck to. Looks like it's just kind of rammed into the wall maybe. But it works. You lift it up, the door latches, goes into this hole, and it's closed. Very cool. You gonna shut it? Good man. Done, latched. Neat, eh? Isn't your brother a handy fella? Sure is. Alright, we're getting geared up. We're gonna go upstairs and we'll show you what we're doing up there. We need to, we're gonna put pot lights in. And typically that's not a problem in the ceiling, but we need to have a little bit of air gap between the pot light and the insulation. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. And we're gonna make probably about 3.5, 4 centimeters of air gap above it. So 2x4s, and I'm putting some rigid foam insulation on that. We'll spray foam that. The thing is that we need to maintain a proper vapor barrier. Okay, that is the issue. If you don't understand why, look it up. But it's very important to have vapor barrier continuous, no perforations in the vapor barrier. And so when we're elevating that above where the pot lights are going to be, that also has to be a continuous air barrier, a vapor barrier, which is also why we have those square boxes in the walls. And yeah, that's all part of the process. If you don't do that, it makes the house a whole lot colder, and also rots it out because moist air can get into where insulation is, whereas now it cannot. Yeah, what's up? With what? That looks like it might be long enough. I think so. I think it'll be all right. That looks like more than 2 of your feet, buddy. That's a pretty long piece. I'm guessing that's 4 of your feet. No?
No. You could see.
This is how we measure stuff here. This is how Countryside Acres gets things accurate. Right here. This is how we do it. 1. Yes, sir.
1, 2,
3.
Not
Like
even
this
three.
one's sticking out.
Oh, I think it'll work. It looks like it's gonna be perfect. Right there is the key to a successfully straight, beautiful, wonderfully built house using your feet. Right? Right? Is that how we built the whole thing? Every piece has been measured with toes and feet? Yep. And how do we get it level?
That's 11.
We just eyeball it, right? Line it up. We stand in the corner and we line it up with the trees.
Amazing. We must have.
There you go.
What size crooked too?
Guys, I just put up
Okay, then cut it.
paper and have one staple with me.
Nice.
In New Mexico?
Look at the size of this thing.
Woo! There's a
There's my thumb. That is a huge bug. Think it flies?
Have them in New Mexico.
Gotta be careful when it takes off. Alright, just got word the drywall's coming, so that's good. They are going to help us put it in, which is also good because my back is still shot. Actually, today I've got a really bad pinched nerve going on. And I've been fighting it for about a week, but it's getting worse instead of better. So hopefully by the time you guys see this, it's better. I'll stack some of it in here, I guess. And most of it is going to go upstairs. There's a lot of sheets coming. I think I got over 150 sheets of drywall coming. So a lot of it's going to go upstairs here. Our goal is to get the upstairs all done first and then down here. But I did order some for down here as well. Be nice to get this. This is the bathroom, to get it all done. And then we can start getting the plumbing in here and have a functioning toilet in here would be great. Right?
Right.
Okay. So you're going to help bring all the drywall in? Awesome. We got to find a spot for it. Let's measure upstairs and see how many sheets we need up there.
Like a train, you'll hear me coming from 100 miles away. I don't ever remember running as fast as when I'm after you to stay. When I tell you that I promise, that's exactly what I mean. It's you, yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true, that you're the only one for me. And darling, you're proof that we're always gonna make it through. Cause you only wanna be with me, and I only wanna be with you. Oh, yeah, I only wanna be with you.
All right, all done unloading the drywall. 148 sheets, I think. Plus they have the extras on the bottom of the stack. There's like a, what do you want to call it? Like a waste sheet. So those ones too, I guess they're 3. So 151 sheets. 70 of those went upstairs in the house and the rest downstairs. So it's a good workout. We're all exhausted. I asked for them to send a helper. They only sent one. Couldn't find anybody else that wanted to on a Saturday, which is understandable. Short notice. I ordered it last night, so no complaints there. I was happy with the young guy that came though. Super good worker and very helpful to have the extra work. I have a pinched nerve going on for the last week, and so that doesn't help matters any. Although the sheets going upstairs, I found actually loosened things up a bit. So maybe in better shape now than I was when I started. What was I going to say? Oh, I learned something about drywall. So when we put it on in Canada, I always put sheets on horizontally, meaning the joint, the what do you want to call it? The tape joint, as I explained earlier, is in the middle of your wall. So when you are mudding it, when you're mudding the wall, it's very easy because it's basically right at chest height almost, or belly height, I guess, when you're doing your trowel work. Very, very simple. What I was told here is that the reason that they don't have longer drywall, that they only have 8-foot tall drywall, is because they put the sheets on vertically, up and down, which then means your tape joints you have to do from top to bottom. And as I tried to show my kids earlier today, I've done a job like that. One of the first ones I did all by myself, I did like that. I thought it would be convenient because I had taller ceilings, 9-foot ceilings in that house. I ordered 10-foot drywall and I cut a chunk off and I put them up that way instead. The problem is that it's hard to maintain pressure when you're way up over your head, up high here. You're putting a certain amount of pressure on it, and as you come down you can push a lot harder against the wall, and when you get to the bottom it's less pressure again, and so it's hard to make your joints really nice, in my opinion. Whereas if you do it horizontally, it's very, very easy. So when I was doing that job, I actually had someone come out and look at it, and they're like, hey, you know what, you'd be better off to do it this way. And from then on I've always done it horizontal, and that's basically industry standard. And if you go Google it, you can look it up online. If you see any drywalling jobs, the sheets are always horizontal. Not an issue. I'm going to do it horizontal here as well, but most rooms you can get away with a 10-foot sheet, as I said earlier. And so in this case I don't. I'm going to have an extra butt joint in each wall, or I can put my sheets on horizontally, but I don't want to do that because it's actually more meters of tape and mud going horizontal, because you have a joint every 4 feet, and the other way I would have less joints. So no worries, all going to work out. It's just interesting the differences. We can order 8-foot drywall, 10-foot drywall, 12-foot drywall, and I'm fairly certain you can special order 14-foot drywall. And then we have 1/2 inch thick and 5/8 thick. I believe there's also a 3/8, although I never use it. 5/8 would be for firewall. I've done a double layer 5/8. It's really, really heavy stuff, especially if you're doing over your head. Wes and I did an entire garage that way, 2 layers over our head. I used a drywall jack for that job, but still it was a lot of work. What else can we get? We can also get, so standard is 4 foot wide, same here. It's 120 centimeters, basically 4 feet. But we can also get 4'6" drywall. If you're doing 9-foot ceilings, that's really handy. Standard is 8-foot ceilings, and so 2 4-foot pieces works out great. But the odd time you do run into a 9-foot ceiling, and then it's nice to have 4'6" drywall. Again, that's special order. I've never seen a lumber yard actually just carry it in stock. I've always had to ask for it basically, and then just wait a week or something for it to show up. One thing is the same here, so they do have the moisture resistant drywall, the blue stuff that we use for bathrooms. That's the same here as back there. And then the white drywall is the same. One of my boys thought that the drywall here was going to be way heavier. I don't know why. He lifted a piece somewhere, and that's the inclusion. So he told me that this morning, and I was like, oh boy, that was Waylon, I think, right? Waylon was saying that. So I was a little bit worried, but no, it's the same. So when it shows up, it's the same. Oh, that's another difference. The sheets here come individually. Ours come, in Canada, they come two together. The good face is stuck together, and then they're taped on the ends. It's just like a cardboard tape, and you peel that off when the drywall shows up. So that was different too. When it showed up here, it was just one big stack of individual sheets. Much easier to carry into the house when they're individual, but it is also, so that's the good side. The bad side is that it's easier to damage the good face. Whereas when you bring in two sheets at a time and you have the bad side of the drywall sticking out, you don't end up ruining or scratching that face. Yeah, I think that's basically the only differences. Can you think of any other differences? Or is everything good?
Everything's good.
Yeah?
Well, the other difference, maybe you mentioned it already, but they're not, for us, there's two sheets that are already stuck together.
Yes, I just mentioned that.
I wasn't listening.
You weren't paying attention.
No.
I think that's really the only thing, eh? Other than that, it seems like the same. We haven't put it up yet, but it doesn't feel any different. So we'll soon find out what it's like. You girls are almost done break? Working hard? Yep. You put lots of drywall up. Ariana was the hardest worker. Ariana and I discussed that she worked the hardest. Right, Ariana? No? No. Yelled me though. She was standing the sheets up, so it made it a lot easier to do the work. But probably not the hardest work today. We'll try to put her to work later so that no one's disappointed. Yeah? Good idea? Oh, she's a good idea. That's good. Okay, we're going to finish up the vapor barrier here, and we are then going to start the drywall. Getting very close. I got to make a few more of these boxes. Basically, we're making a box in here. We're going to completely caulk that so that it is totally, basically a vapor barrier seal, and then we're good to go. Got some shelves yesterday on sale. Ariana wanted to set them up if she could do that, and so I said, sure, of course you can. So now she's happily done that, and she wanted me to come take a look. And I think it looks like you did a swell job, kid. A little dark in here, but...
Look, your papa, when I put jars on here,
This thing went down. This one was like tilted, and then I looked and it was
Oh,
like,
maybe it wasn't
tilted.
in properly, or...
There's like these pieces. It keeps this
Oh,
one
yeah.
going down,
I wonder
but
why
it
it
was
did.
this piece was pushed down too.
Well, we better take a look and make sure they're in the right
So
spot.
I took
It looks like you did a good job, though. Very nice. They're not going to be they're limited to how much weight we can put on them. They are plastic, but still gives us quite a bit of storage off here for now,
darling,
at least.
can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your
down, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday